Hello and welcome to Easy Flow Yoga. Find a cushion or yoga brick to sit on, and with the breathing in, collect the energy and bring our hands together to your heart chakra and think of an intention for the class today. Taking a breath out, spread the energy. And we start with the gentle head rolls to our right. Start warming up our throat chakra. Find a calmer breathing to start with. Breathe in and out. And in and out. Finding a little bit bigger range. And let's come back to the center and just finding gentle bends forward and back with a breathing in. Let's interlace our fingers and just stretch a little bit further to the ceiling, finding a stirring sensation on top of the ceiling with our arms, mobilizing our chest. Again with a breathing in and out. Gentle breathing. Allow yourself to connect to the pleasure of circles. Reach even further up. And let's connect our arms behind our head. And let your head lean into your palms. And open up those shoulders, finding a nice stretch. And bringing everything forward, giving a little weight to your head. Finding a nice stretch in your neck. And open up again. Open your chest even further. And go forward. And open. And go forward. And open another time. Even more. And go forward even more. Allow your body of sternum to glide forward and back. And find a nice stretch again with your interlaced fingers. Release. And we're going to go to our right side. Checking in our mobility in our rib cage. Let go of any tension in your neck. And if you feel up for it, open up your chest even further, bringing your arm towards the ceiling. And opening up the chest. Breathe to the back of your ribs. Slowly walking around forward. Find a nice stretch forward. Feel free to elevate your wrist a little bit to elongate the stretch all the way from your tailbone. And breathe. Keep softening in your chest. Let go. Feel free to add a little ripple. And slowly roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Collect the energy to the ceiling. Interlace your fingers, reach. And with a big opening, find yourself bending to your left. And you can stay there. Check in with your neck again. And feel free to go further and open the twist towards the ceiling. Open up that chest. Breathe into the back of your ribs. And walk around all the way forward. See if this time you can go a little bit further. Yeah, feel the stretch all the way from your tailbone. Almost like somebody is pulling you by the neck a little further. Feel free to let go of your arms and just let them rest on the ground if that feels good. Keeping your spine long. And breathe in. And let's move to the right and find a little side stretch. Feel how your left armpit is getting closer to the ground. How your whole left side is getting closer to the ground. And move back to the center. And slowly move to your left and add a little ripple to elongate your spine even more. And now listen to your right armpit getting closer to the ground. Feel the length of your spine. Keep breathing deeply. And come back to the center. And slowly allow yourself roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Place your hand on your lower rib, just under your body of sternum, and allow yourself to find these circles. Feel free to describe the circles with your middle ribs. Imagine like you're stirring something low with your tailbone and with the crown of your head at the same time. Allow the circles get a little bit bigger. Allow yourself to find more freedom in your chest, in your ribs, especially to the back. And soften your chest while you do that. Feel free to breathe in when you go forward, breathe out when you go back. Breathe in and out, in and out, and reverse in and out. Reverse the direction of your circles. In and out. Find a deeper range, bigger range in your chest, especially when we're going back. Feel free to find your rhythm that feels good. And connect it with your breathing. The last one. Find yourself in the center. Breathe in even deeper, deeper. And breathe out. Release all the tension that was in your body. Elongate that spine. Place your hands on your shin and let's just find a little bit more mobility in our chest. So with the breathing in, find a nice arch, and breathing out, find a nice pull back. See if you can imagine like you're having something pulling your chest forward and pulling your chest back from the back. Almost like we have an arrow and you slide on it with your body of sternum. Here as well, find a nice rhythm for yourself. Feel free to stay with me or slow down. Breathe in, go forward. Breathe out, go back. Breathe in, go forward. And out, go back. And breathe in further and hold your breath or elongate your spine. And breathe out, release unnecessary tension. Slowly move your cushion away if you were sitting on one and go to a cat and cows, starting with the cow really arching and finding a cat. Find how much further now the range that you gain in your chest you can explore here. And see if you can find this timing together of your tailbone and head crown arriving up together and arriving down together. Arriving up together and arriving down. Pull your navel, squeeze the mula band, pelvic floor, lift it up. And breathe in. And on a breathe out, cat. Breathe in, cow. Breathe out, cat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Very gently. Very smooth. And find a flat back. Pull your navel in. And just release your right leg at the back. And find some circles in your ankle. Just mobilizing your hip, your leg. And listen to the weight shifting also in your pelvis and in your shoulder blades so your whole body can move and reverse your circles the other way, waking up the whole body here, moving all around. Make sure your navel is pulling in, finding a flat position, flat back. Allow your leg to lift up and release the opposite arm. Right leg, left arm, bring it together and bring it open. See if you can stretch them further apart, bringing in together and open, stretch them further apart. Touch the knee and elbow if you can and stretch them further apart. Pull your navel in and stretch them further away. Looking for that mobility in your spine that you found. And place your knee down, your hand down, and release your left leg and find those circles. Here you can test it out if you can go bigger around your knee, bigger around your shoulders. Feel how the weight distributed on your wrists. And reverse your direction of the circles. Nice. And find a flat back. Release that leg like a tabletop. And release the opposite arm. Left leg, right arm coming to kiss together. And stretch them further away. And bringing, curving that spine. And stretching further out. Further in and further out. Keep your breath steady. And stretch even more. Last one. Elongate. And let go. Place your hand back and your knee back. Open up your knees slightly, or as much that feels comfortable or necessary, and just stretch into a child pose. Here I'm preparing for the happy puppy position, so I'm bringing my chin onto the mat, to find a more stretch here, feel free to place your forehead on the floor and just adjusting. Walk a little bit further and find that nice stretch under your armpits and bring them closer to the ground. And you can release your head and touch your forehead or place your chin on the ground. If you want to stretch further, feel free to bend inside your elbows in the prayer position, or maybe release your arms in your back where the scapulas are. And breathe. Let go here. Finding a deeper stretch. Finding the space in your chest. And slowly unwinding your arms. Walking back gently. And coming to the down facing dog. Walk it out. Finding a good stretch. Move your head around. Especially if you had your chin out there. And bend your knees. And stretch them, finding a deeper stretch in your hamstrings. Feel more like that. Bend your knees and stretch them. See if you can keep the stretch in your spine. Keep your spine elongated whenever you're stretching or bending your. Another one. And look forward and send a nice wave forward. Mobilizing our whole body and shift your weight back to a down facing dog. And another wave forward. Waking up the whole body. Connect to your breath work. And breathe in, go back. And breathe out, forward. And breathe in, go back. And breathe out. Walk towards your hands. Release the tension in your neck. And feel free to stay there or move further to Padahastasana, placing the palms of our hands underneath our feet to elongate the stretch. Feel free to open up your legs to create a little bit more space for your chest and really pour your whole torso on your thighs. And we're going to go for some plies here, bending your knee and stretching them and bending and listening to your sensations, whatever your body feels like. Finding a good stretch, gentle stretch here. And release your hands. And finding a nice hip opener, place your toes a little bit more open. Go all the way down. Bring your hands to a prayer position next to your chest. And allow your elbows to open up your chest. Here I go for a little arch, for a little neck stretch. You can just stay there and transition to a bigger chest opener. Bring your right arm on the ground and left hand around. Go on and have a full bind, bringing your arms behind you, or stay where you were. Then unwind and bring your arms to the prayer position. Breathe in and out. Find a nice transition to your left side, placing left hand around, opening your right all the way to the ceiling. And you can stay here. We can go on and bend your left arm and bring your right one to the full bind. opening up that chest even further, letting go inside your shoulders, and let go of the bind, shifting our weight all the way down for some pelvis lifts. Just keep on igniting the back of our legs, our hamstrings, and especially here, allow yourself to listen how you can engage your navel, how you can squeeze molar band, lift up that pelvic floor, and keep your breath steady and calm. And every time try to bring your pelvis a little higher. A good check if your knees are staying parallel, the same position as they were when your pelvis is down. And hold it up there a little bit. And let go. Bring your knees to your chest. Find nice, letting go in your sacrum, maybe some circles. Moving into our happy baby, grabbing the back sides of our feet and bringing your knees closer to the ground, opening up the pelvis. Here you can also stretch and bend your knees a little more, finding a nice hip opener, bringing your feet together, getting a good stretch here, pulling your knees a little further away from you, like a little butterfly. Release your leg one after the other, and just a last chest opener, I suggest you place your hands under your sit bones and just lean on your elbows. And that could be enough, but feel free to place your head on the crown of your head. And if you feel like you want to add a little bit more, lift up your legs and maybe stretch them. Just a few breathings here, last effort before we go into our Shavasana. And let go. Release your hands from under your sit bones and have a moment to wiggle the whole body to see your whole align, to see that the whole channels are open, and just come to a quiet place. Shavasana. A quiet breathing, slowing down your heartbeat. Allow yourself to move to your side, to come up slowly, to finish up the class. Collecting the energy back in to a prayer position. Bring your arms together to your chest. Thank yourself for being here and present. Allow your mind to be grateful and calm. Spread the energy. Connect to your roots. Namaste. Have a lovely day. I'll see you next time.